Hello everyone, and welcome back to my final hiking trip here in the Guadalupe Mountains National Park. This will be an overnight stay going up the Tejas Trail, staying at the Tejas campsite, and then coming back tomorrow. It's a Monday, and I thought there wouldn't be as many people and cars and stuff here, but the parking lots are all full up again, even as it's early morning and they just kind of opened a little bit ago. But usually you have to stay overnight parking up at the main campground parking site, but they said because that site's full, I got a spot at the visitor center site. Normally you can't park overnight there, but they said as long as I display my overnight pass, then I'll be good to go to keep the car there, so that's good. Once we get up to the trailhead map, I'll show you the route and stuff that I'm taking. Here's an overlook of the trail map of what I'm going to be doing for this hike. We are down here at the Pine Springs, and we're going to be doing the Tejas Trail up overnight at the Tejas site, and then probably coming back Juniper Trail down the Bear Canyon and then back. So that's the game plan. Keeping an eye out for the Tejas Trail split off. Should be coming up here shortly. Off that way and up into the mountains. Just taking in the view for a second. You can see the trails, a zigzag that goes up towards Guadalupe Peak, I believe, highest point in Texas. And then back that way is what I did the other day towards Devil's Hall into that canyon. And today we're still hiking up this way. Gonna end up on top of there somewhere. As I'm making my way up here, I was just thinking about how it's got similar weather conditions to the last time I was going up on the Permian Reef Trail a couple days ago, and how it's like temperature is nice and warm, and the winds is just little to no wind. It's very nice. Makes for easy going up. I hope it's not similar to last time, to where tomorrow when I'm trying to come down and the winds are gusting at like 40 miles an hour and trying to blow me off the side of the cliff. Those rocky outcroppings look familiar from when I was doing the Devil's Hall Trail. So I think that's the dry riverbed area that it was cutting up through, going up further up that way. There's the trail zigzagging towards the top way up there. I'm just loving these beautiful canyon views all the way up. It's just very still, quiet. I feel like I'm the only one out here. Well, made it up to the top. So that was the end of the steep bit. It was definitely steep that last mile. This might be the last scenic view I get. You can see some of the trail coming up. Can't see the parking lot or the trailhead behind there. And it currently smells like a skunk. So I'm gonna keep my eyes out. And there's also a herd of elk that roam around up here. I think it was the only elk population in Texas that the guides said. I'll keep an eye out for that. Oh, it looks like a big trail marker junction right here. I think this is where I'm gonna do lunch, actually. So I was kind of looking for a lunch spot. I think this will work out nicely. So as I've mentioned in previous bits, when I have my lunches, I do my wraps. I've got Nutella in here. And I was just thinking how different things like trigger different memories. And Nutella has a weird memory for me. So my dad is like allergic to a whole bunch of stuff, so he has to be really careful with what he eats. But Nutella he can eat. And so when there was Nutella in the house, that was for Dad. So the kids never got to eat it. And I never really ate it much as an adult. And it's only been recently making like trail food, figuring out ways how to make cheap stuff and wraps and putting like peanut butter and Nutella and making a yummy thing in here. But like Nutella tastes awesome. And it's just funny how it always reminds me of my dad. So I am dedicating this lunch to Dad. Thanks for the Nutella. From where I just stopped for lunch at that trail junction, it's only another 1.8 miles to the Tejas campsite. So I should get there in about an hour or so. So in the 90s, I was reading up on this area, had a devastating fire come through, and you really can't tell. It's only every once in a while you come across a charred up log like this. But otherwise, the forest has really come back from that. I'm on a little bit of a ridge line right here, a little bit of views left and right. Coming up on a trail junction. Split off for the Juniper Trail. From here it's 0.3 to the campsite, and then tomorrow I'm going to backtrack to here and take the Juniper on back and down through Bear Canyon is the plan. This is super neat down in this wash. Here we go. It was about 5.5 miles to get here. I think there should be about 5-10 pads at this location. Let's see if there's anybody else at the site ahead of me. Maybe, maybe not. We'll do some looking around. Yeah, pack out all your trash. Definitely. All right, let's take a look. done setting up camp. So far I'm still the only one up here. And also want to show, I forgot I had this map with me, but this is a much better printout of where we're at and what we're doing. But there's the visitor center there. Came up the Tejas Trail. And then there was where we had lunch at the split-offs. And then we followed up to the Tejas campsite. And then tomorrow we're going to hike back, take the Juniper Trail, and then come into Bear Canyon. And then back to the visitor center. Well, the sun's gone down behind the ridge and it's starting to get cold quick. I think we still got about an hour or so of daylight left at least. I'm getting hungry and I think I'm going to start making dinner. This time I remembered to bring the additives. I'm going to do the same as I did last time out in the woods, to where I've got the instant mashed potatoes. We'll throw in the salmon and the Spam. It'll mix all that together. Look at that. This tastes amazing. And dinner's done. All the camp chores are done. I'm ready for the night to fall. And probably only got like 30 minutes of daylight left. Looks like the sky's kind of clearing up, so we might have some stars out tonight. And I think we're at a phase where there's a new moon, so I don't think we're going to have any moon out tonight. But it'll be plenty bright with just the stars, I think. And if I don't check back in, I will see you guys in the morning. Morning. Felt like it was a lot warmer than last couple times I've been out camping. It always seems to be near freezing, but it was like, I don't know, 45 degrees or so. Not too bad. And then again, like right at midnight, just like clockwork, the wind started picking up again, blowing through the trees. I was pretty sheltered down where the campsite itself was at, so it was just a light breeze blowing the tent around a little bit, but luckily all the wind has kind of stopped by now. And I think the only other thing is there's some weird bird calls going on that I've never heard before. Not that I'm too familiar with bird calls, but if you can hear them in the background. Sounds more like a jungle than a forest. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna start getting up soon and get some breakfast. Alright, I'm all packed up, heading out. I think we've got about 6.5 miles for the trip back home. Head back to the junction for the Juniper Trail. And we'll take that all the way up to where the bowl is. I'm absolutely loving it up here. This part of the forest is just awesome. such a beautiful day. It's just like a perfect temperature, and there's just this light breeze to keep you cool. Another trail junction here. And we were just coming off the Juniper Trail, picking up the Bowl Trail. We're going this way. So this next little area is called the Bowl. And I think a lot of people come up to the Bowl Trail. It's a very scenic area. I'm loving it so far. It's just awesome up here. I think this part is the Bowl. We're kind of at a turning point. And now we're moving on up this way. Yeah, this next part's going to be the fun bit for the day. This is Bear Canyon. It's about 2 miles of walking straight down. The winds aren't too bad, so I think I'm going to do it. So far this walk down hasn't been that bad. I would just say that if you got like high winds, I wouldn't do this. And definitely have like a trekking poles with you or a walking stick or something to help steady yourself as you're going down. But it's not that bad. It's definitely doable. I was thinking about whether I would rather go up this way or go down this way. I don't know. I don't think it would matter to me too much. But if you got sore knees and stuff, definitely don't go down this way, because it's just going to be hard on the knees for the hour or so, 2 hours, however long it takes you to come down this part. It's nice views of the, kind of right in this tight canyon. Nice views going down. Let's see what I got left. Am I halfway? Maybe. Kind of looks that way. There's a cool rocky outcropping. I think I'm just about done with the steep part. We'll get one last look up the canyon. Overall, that was pretty fun. Not too bad. It's easily doable coming down. Just be careful. Okay, yep, I'm gonna join back up with the Frijole Trail and head back towards the visitor center. Going this way. You can see the visitor center from here. That doesn't look that far away, but I think we got at least 1.5 miles or so trail miles to go. You can see the cliff face at El Capitan. I do believe that's what that is. And I think somewhere up here, yeah, Pine Spring will be along this trail, so we'll stop and take a look at that if we run across it. I think I've passed the area where Pine Spring would be. I thought there might be like a side nature trail or something to go check it out, but I guess not. I think it's only like a half mile back to the trailhead from here. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is my last planned hiking trip for the Guadalupe Mountains National Park, and I have definitely enjoyed it out here. There's a lot of cool things to see, from like lowest deep canyons to the highest cliff edge overlooks. high plateau forests. There's a lot of cool things to see out here. If you live within a day's drive, definitely come spend a weekend and check it out, especially now since the temperatures are very mild. It's not freezing at night anymore. Probably check back in one more time when I hit the trailhead. Should be coming up shortly. Okay, here's the end, last 100 feet or so. Just want to say thanks again for watching, and see you guys on my next adventure.